I'm Samantha. I'm with Beresford Booth. I'm a Rule 9 legal intern, and today's webinar is about Washington ADU laws. So today we're going to talk about what ADUs are, what changes have occurred with the new laws, what's new in Edmonds, and some frequently asked questions. So what are ADUs? ADUs are a subordinate dwelling unit that's added, created, or within, or even detached from a principal unit, and someone will just live in it. Live, sleep, eat, whatever. And these ADUs can be attached or detached. So an attached unit, like you can see on the slide, is just a part of the principal unit, and detached is just totally separate and unconnected. These new ADU laws came from House Bill 1337. This House bill was a statewide bill that's focusing on ADUs specifically, and it eases barriers to the construction and use of ADUs. One of the main highlights is that it legalizes 2 ADU units per lot, and it lifts numerous restrictions, as well as allowing homeowners to have more flexibility with building them and converting existing structures. So these are some of the basic requirements. As you can see, there's a large amount of them. There's even more that I didn't include, but the main highlights are that there's 2 ADUs. They can also include detached ADUs as well. They need to be at least, the maximum needs to be at least 1,000 square feet. We'll get more on the importance of the different maximum requirements, as well as not having owner occupancy required in ADUs, as well as letting homeowners sell them as condominiums. So what's new in Edmonds? As you know, Beresford Booth is located in Edmonds. The state legislation for House Bill 1337 needs to be implemented by all cities and counties by July 1st, 2025. On June 11th, the city of Edmonds implemented the ADU code amendment. This amendment includes a lot of new updates to their ADU codes and ordinances. I don't believe that it's fully in compliance with the mandate yet. It was kind of hard to tell from City Hall when I was talking to their planners, but whether it's fully in compliance or partially in compliance, they have until July 2025 to make that switch, and they've already made great strides well over a year before. These are the Edmonds municipal codes that people should look at when thinking about adding ADUs to their lot. It has all the information on development standards, what certain sub-districts need, as well as just the general criteria. So some differences to notice. Like I said, there was the House bill mandated that the maximum size can be no less than 1,000 square feet. Edmonds was able to propose and implement having it be 1,200 square feet. There's also a 35% maximum structural lot coverage restriction on all structures. So if a homeowner has a house and 2 ADUs, it needs to be less than the 35% maximum coverage. Under RCW 3870A 60 or 681, a city cannot impose setbacks on yard coverage they can't impose setbacks or yard coverage limits that are more restrictive than principal units. So we'll see if Edmonds, their maximum lot coverage restriction will be in compliance by the end of the year. If not, it may change. Parking for ADUs. If you have 1 ADU on your lot, you don't need any additional parking. But if you have 2, there must be additional off-street parking. But if you have 2 and your ADUs are within a quarter of a mile of a major transit stop, you don't need off-site parking. But next July, they will be expanding that to half a mile. And there's also varying setback requirements. As I mentioned before, there's already state law that says that there can't be restrictions on it. depending on how Edmonds is gonna either change or not change and whether they're in compliance with the House bill. What Edmonds currently has is the setback requirements depend on what zone your property is in. So you'll definitely want to go look at the municipal codes and see if your house, what zone your house is in and what the setback requirement needs to be. So does the new ADU rule apply everywhere? No. The ADU rules apply to cities, urban growth areas, and unincorporated urban growth areas. So anything outside of that, there's different considerations and factors for ADU units. You should definitely look at the Department of Commerce's website to see if your house and city falls into one of those areas. So here are the frequently asked questions. Does the ADU need to be a certain percentage of the primary dwelling unit? No, it does not. There's nothing that says it needs to be any proportion of your primary dwelling unit. My current home is 1,000 square feet. Can I build a new home on my lot and use the current home as an ADU? Yes, if you want to basically build a new home and have your old home be an ADU, you can definitely do that. Can I build my detached ADU on the street frontage? Yes, there's nothing that says your ADUs have to be in the backyard. If you have the space in your front yard to build a detached ADU, go ahead and do it. There's no design restrictions that are more restrictive than what's already for the primary unit. I would caution though, just to make sure that your detached ADU, if it's in your front yard, meets all the other requirements for an ADU to be on your lot. How many driveways do I need to accommodate for a detached ADU? Typically only one is permitted, but at least in Edmonds, you should definitely make sure your driveways are in compliance with the ECDC Title 18. Is there a minimum size for ADUs? No, there's no minimum size, but building codes do require that dwelling units be 70 square feet for habitable rooms and make sure that they meet all other provisions for new homes. So making sure they meet the requirements for utilities, sanitary reasons, etc. And yeah, if you guys have any more questions, my name is Samantha. You can email me. But yeah, that's our webinar on ADUs.